What has 5 letters and starts with gas? Truck.
This is 757 Saturday Sports Talk. Here are Matt Hatfield and Coach Ed Young.
Matt Hatfield back here with you alongside the coach Ed Young, a man never known to drive a truck or a Subaru. That's the black Charger, ladies and gents. And he's ready to play something or nothing. Are you not?
I'm definitely ready because that pool in the pool is getting worse and worse. You're really stretching now. 5 letters starts with gas. You could have said 3 letters and starts with gas, or 6 letters starts with gas. Scooter. What?
Scooter. It's 7 letters.
Seven.
Come on, count.
Pool in the pool, man. I'm trying hard. It might have to go to state Supreme Court.
State Supreme Court. Well, speaking of the courts, the NCAA, they've been there, right? Because we play something or nothing. Eliminating the spring transfer portal window for football for 2025-2026. Is this something or is this nothing, Coach?
I read the article. I think I read it twice, and I'm not grasping. I thought, and you correct me if I'm wrong, because you will if I'm right. If they need to do the transfer window when these teams are involved in playoffs or bowls, whatever, playoffs/bowls, they got to shut all transferring down so a kid doesn't leave a team as they prepping for a bowl or championship. Now, I understand people say, well, you can't do that because schools got to get all students in it by a certain time to be registered for the semester. Well, you know what? Make an exception for athletes because it's dumb to see a team. Was it Marshall last year? They were in a bowl and half the team transferred, and they had to drop out of the bowl and somebody else went in. Stupid. Now, of course, that's a whole nother topic is we got to get rid of some of these bowls that mean nothing when you have 6 and 6 teams playing each other. But I don't know when I read this one about the spring transfer, I'm not sure it's doing what I want to see it do. So I'm going to say, because it is something different, I'll say it's something, but it's not what we need.
I'm inclined to say it's nothing because there was more than 1,100 FBS scholarship players that entered the transfer portal in the month of April. And there's still going to be 30 to 50 transfers, right, per team. So I don't know that this eliminates. I know they're trying to take a step, and it's a baby step. But as long as the money is what it is and the setup is what it is, I don't see how this is going to drastically impact or affect things. So I'm going to go it's nothing right now. I'm the negative guy that you tend to be. Is you're in a cranky mood with this one already. So I'm going to go nothing. I don't think it's anything.
Yeah, it didn't address the issues, is what I'm trying to say.
It's a non-headline to me.
Right. That's what it looks nice, but it didn't address the issue.
How about this one? You read it and tell me what you think.
Detroit Tigers led Cleveland by 15.5 games in the American League Central early July. Now their lead is down to just 2.5 entering September 20th with 8 games to go. Something or nothing. You want me to go first?
I mean, you go first, but this is an obvious something. This is not a nothing. You're going to tell me it's nothing.
I'm going to say nothing.
Why?
Detroit was rolling, and they were my pick to win the American League. And then Terrence Skubal, I think it was Skubal, injury talk. And was he going to even finish the year? Was he even going to be in the playoffs? Looks like he's okay.
You're already wrong. Go ahead. Let me tell you why you're wrong.
So, yeah, it was a big league because Detroit was being just tremendous. Now they've come back to earth. And Cleveland is climbing. But I think Detroit, with less than 9 games, about 8-9 games to go right now, I think they can hold them, stiff arm them. I think they can stiff arm them and hold them off. So I'm going to say nothing.
Are you sure they're going to hold them off? Because they just got swept at home by the Guardians. And Scooble got beat. And by the way, Scooble went a full month. I think it was from like late July into late August, or it might have been early August and early September, without getting a win. Okay. 5-9 record in the month of September to start, 26-43 record since July 9th, which has then gone to like 26-46. They were 59-34. And here's why it's something. Because they can't hit, and they didn't go out and get another bat, a veteran presence to go with Spencer Torkelson and Raleigh Green and Kerry Carpenter. They're cornerstone pieces. Furthermore, their bullpen's not getting the job done. And Cleveland, 2 of their main pitchers got put on the shelf for gambling. Luis Ortiz and the best closer in the sport last year, and Emmanuel Clase. By the way, who's to say maybe Clase was on the take last year in the ALCS, and that's why your Bronx Bombers beat them. Otherwise, Cleveland might have been in the Fall Classic against the Dodgers.
No.
He's incredible. If Stephen Vogt gets this
Bombers, team, the Bombers beat him because the Bombers who they are last year.
This isn't about the Bombers right now. This is about the Guardians and the Tigers. If they make the playoffs and win this division, not even make the wild card, which they, by the way, only a game and a half behind Houston, Stephen Vogt should get manager of the century because this team, as you've said many times, they got 2 hitters worth a nickel. Jose Ramirez, who's great, and Stephen Kwan. That's it. That's the list. If this team erases a 15.5 game deficit without the best closer in the sport and a starter they got from the Pittsburgh Pirates that was going to be one of their top 2-3 guys, and then, by the way, they traded their ace and Shane Bieber to Toronto at the deadline, this is a story that, you know what? If this was the Mets or the Dodgers or your beloved or hated Yankees, people would be squawking about it till the end of time. But because it's the middle of the country with Cleveland and Detroit, we don't care. It's football season. This is something. And if Detroit collapses and misses, oh my gosh, that could set the franchise back for years and years and years. So it's something on both ends, something for the Tigers and it's something for the Guardians. You missed the mark big time on that one. We go to the next one. Oh, it has to do with my guy now. Go ahead. Tell me if it's something or nothing.
Kyler Murray, who is the quarterback for his beloved Arizona Cards, apologizes for wearing a Michael Vick jersey in a photo shoot with his dog. What's the connection? Vic, dog.
Well, here's my thing, and I'll keep it very simple and let you do most of the talking because I'm going to sound like the biased fan. If it was nothing, why is he apologizing? That's all I have to say. That's why it's something. It was not well thought out or smart, just like Kyler Murray's decisions on a fourth quarter drive against Buffalo in week 1 of the 2024 season, late in the season trying to upset the Rams. His decision-making is not the greatest, which is why it always plagues the Cardinals in the end. So this was not a good decision. He apologized for it. We accept the apologies and move on, but this was something because he apologized.
Well, it brings up the past, what happened with Michael Vick in his situation, and he served some time for it and all that. And you know me, I'm a major dog lover, and it was hard for me to forgive and forget. And or people say, well, you don't have to forget it, but you should try to forgive. I put it in another compartment. But in this situation, I'm going to say nothing. Let's move on.
No explanation. It's just nothing?
Nope, it's nothing.
If it was nothing, why do you apologize?
He's Kyler Murray.
He's Kyler Murray. So if Ed Young did something wrong, you would apologize, right? If you did nothing wrong, you wouldn't apologize. Is that right? You take your up that water. Is that that good OJ over there? Good OJ?
Good water, baby. I was looking for the OJ. I think I drank it all the other night.
Yeah.
Because you drink OJ in the morning, but I'll take a nice cool glass of water. Okay. It's good water. But yeah, Kyler Murray, make better decisions. If Matt Hatfield didn't hate you, he wouldn't have a problem with this either. But
I don't hate him. I just think they should have got a journeyman quarterback instead of him. Let's go to college football.
Hey, let him fumble and throw 3 picks Sunday in a 32-6 loss.
Oh, he probably will. How about Mike Gundy in his 21st year at the helm of the Oklahoma State Cowboys, the Pokes? This is a guy that won 12 games in 2021. Eddie won 10 or more in 15, 16, 17. He's done a heck of a job there over time and done a really good job. But lately, you go from 10-4 to 3-9, and now this team is losing at home to Tulsa, which if you spell Tulsa backwards, you know where that spells there. The cable guy says, get it done. Okay. By the way, for the first time, which we can't spell it right, it's not for the first time, First. We'll get that fixed with our crack staff.
That's something or nothing. Is Matt Hatfield Siri? Is Matt Hatfield something or nothing?
You'll need to unlock your.
I got to unlock the phone again.
Oh, come on.
But
is this something? This is something.
This is something. This is now we know what happened to a couple
bad
high-profile coaches last week.
Yeah,
losing their jobs at Virginia Tech and UCLA. Mike Gundy, in this day and age now, people are going to say, well, he's a veteran. He's built up some cachet. You're not going to get rid of him. It was to Tulsa State School. First time since 51. They're not winning. It's now snowballing. It's now snowballing.
It is. And he got beat by a bajillion points by Oregon, the Ducks, who were all they were cracked up to be. He's got Baylor, Arizona, Houston. His schedule's not getting much easier. It's not in the Big 12. I was just going to
say, you maybe got the schedule for whatever. He's not going to win much more games. So this was
I don't see him winning 3 games. I don't. I really don't.
This was a must win. This was an absolute must win. And the bad thing is, it was another State of Oklahoma team who is not that well.
Yeah, they're not beating the Sooners, by the way. They don't have to play them, thank goodness, anymore because they're in the SEC. But, geez. How about this last one here? The Indiana Fever advanced to the WNBA semis without Caitlin Clark. Is this something or nothing? You want me to go first? Or you go first?
I'm going to let you go first because I'm actually going to have to decipher this.
I think this is nothing because people are trying to make this out to be they don't need Caitlin Clark. It diminishes her value. I just think in this best of 3 in the WNBA, it's almost more of a crapshoot than the baseball wild card. And, the defending champs got knocked out in the Liberty. Phoenix knocked them out. I like the Lynx to win the whole thing. Las Vegas had that long winning streak and had to stave off elimination with Seattle after losing a game and blowing a lead in game 2. I think this is nothing. I think it shows you it's something that the Fever have done a nice job constructing that team beyond Caitlin Clark. They don't depend on her alone. Just because she's out doesn't mean that, they don't need her. I just think they got a good draw. They win a championship without her, and it's a bigger something. But right now, it's nothing. Right now, the semis, Final Four, you can do that in the league. It's not a 32-team league. It's not a big league. I think this is nothing.
I'm gonna probably lean with you on that because I'm tired of Caitlin Clark talk since the day she was in senior in college. She got drafted by the Fever, who were not good because she got drafted number 1, so they weren't that good. Right. And they, within a year's time, they've gotten a little bit better. And, basketball, you can have a stud in basketball, and that can parlay what success. Where in football, baseball, with more players on the fields, you're going to have more. But I'm going to say the Fever themselves are going to say, yeah, Clark's our leader. Clark is extremely good, but we've got other players too. And it's a team game. It's not tennis or wrestling, golf. Sure. So it's a team game. So I'm going to say it's nothing because I'm just tired of all the Caitlin Clark, talk about, everything has to lead with Caitlin Clark and she saved the WNBA. No, she didn't save the WNBA. She made some things better, but she didn't save it. That league would be going on with her or without her.
Okay. We're going to have you do a golf foursome with Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and the biggest Yankee hater in America. We'll see how you enjoy that golf foursome.
First of all, Reese and Clark probably will kill each other with the clubs, and I got to referee that. So that probably ain't going to work. And Angel Reese is going to act the fool out there, and I'm going to say something to the young lady that she's not going to like.
You know, Angel Reese. Yeah. We don't know who that fourth person would be that's the biggest Yankee hater in the world. All right, we're almost done on this edition of 757 Sports Talk, but we're not quite there yet. Keep it tuned. Interact with us all morning long. You're watching CoVA Sports TV.